Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier, Mike's Instant Movie Review. The Fabulous Four, I think this one was called. Bette Midler, Susan Sarandon, and a couple of other ladies as the leads, the four female leads. I didn't really recognize a couple of the four, to be honest with you. One lady of the four looked very younger to me. She looked a lot younger. She played, like, you know, you see these four senior citizen ladies go on a road trip movies. They're becoming very prevalent in the last few years. I just saw one not too long ago, maybe at the beginning of the summer. Now it's Midsommar, as we're in the final days of July. I keep thinking summer's over, but it's really just halfway over. We're still in July. It's just been a long, grueling, hot, humid summer. This one, should you go see it, should you go not? I don't think it's really a necessary film to see. I mean, it's not going to kill you to see it, but even for this genre that's becoming very redundant, the four senior citizen ladies go on a road trip, and they have women problems. They don't get along. They have some grudge. They have some man issues to work out. There was something in the past that divided them. You know, I mean, this was very similar. I think it was called Summer Camp a few months ago. 80 for Brady, you know, a year and a half or 2 years ago at this point. What's that lady's name? Rita Moreno seems to be in a lot of these things. There's like a group of women. Diane Cannon, Book Trip. This is like the new thing. Like, you just take like four Hollywood heavyweights, you know, and you throw them together and you mix them up. Bette Midler's in this one. But it's like, I don't know. The lady that I was thinking of, like, who is this woman? She looks a lot younger because she was playing like the sexual one. Like, in any of these, you know, four old lady stories, like the Golden Girls going way back, there's always the Blanche Dubois. There's always like, oh, she's sexually active. Oh, she bangs younger men. Exciting. I mean, it's really a cliche, you know what I mean? But in this one, the sexually active one is played by a lady who apparently made her mark on Will and Grace, a show that I did not watch. Nothing against the show, I just did not watch it. At one point in my life, I had a job that was like a weekend gig, but then we had like a weeknight meeting, like whatever it was, Tuesday or Thursday night or whatever. And there was a gentleman in the group. It was like it was something for like a kids weekend camp thing, like a Saturday afternoon camp. So we only had to work on Saturdays, and then like one weeknight a week. And there was a gentleman, a homosexual gentleman, dare I say, who would come to these meetings during the weeknight, and whatever night the meeting was, it was the Will and Grace night, which I guess started at 9:30 or 9 or whatever it started. And the meeting, I think, started at 7 or 7:30, and this gentleman would get really uptight if the meeting that we had for work was running, you know, kind of late, because he was getting upset that he was going to miss Will and Grace. So he'd get very persnickety, and he'd say, "Can we hurry the fuck up? Will and Grace is starting." You know, like, he'd get really upset. So I would actually, like, you know, midway through the meeting, I'd try to like raise my hand and ask questions and, you know, get us started on longer conversations, just because I enjoyed his aggravation. Will and Grace, I don't have a VCR, people. So anyway, this lady was on that show, so God bless him if he's still out there. I mean, maybe he ran out to see this movie, because this lady, whoever she was, to me, I was like, she looks a lot younger than Bette and Susan. You know what I mean? Who the fuck knows? Then you have the other lady. I didn't even know who she was, which is fine. But their whole deal was like they were the peacemakers, because the Bette Midler character and the Susan Sarandon character used to be best friends, but the Bette Midler character stole the man of the Lou character, Susan Sarandon's Lou, stole her man and was married to him for 48 years. Then that guy died, and the Bette Midler character has recently met a new man who she's off to get married to. So these other two Yenta fishes set together this reunion under false auspices. They're going to go to whatever the fuck, Key West, Florida, I guess, which apparently is the home of Ernest Hemingway. Now, some of you fine folks know that I live here in Florida now. And you might be saying, well, gee whiz, Mike, you've been to Ernest Hemingway's home. You're a fantastic writer yourself. But I actually have not been to Key West. I have not been to Ernest Hemingway home. Nothing like a nice glass of water. And I've heard, this is a rumor, but the best water in the world apparently is like soda fountain water. So anyway, I don't know what to tell you. I was just kind of bored by this movie. I dozed off a few times. I was 10 minutes late to the movie. I had this whole master plan. I had, I have this AMC subscription. You have 3 movies a week. It's Thursday night. The week rotates on Friday. So I was entitled to 2 more movies, and I was going to go see this as just to pass me over to get into the Wolverine and what's his dick movie, Dead Fish or Deadpool. And then this movie took so much out of me, this Fabulous Four. Now I'm too groggy and exhausted to even enjoy the X-Men movie. So I said to myself, I could shoehorn myself to see this X-Men movie. I got the 3D glasses or whatever the fuck screening, but I just don't want to go. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes. It's 8:51 right now. The X-Men and Deadpool start at 9. If I sit there, I'm going to be sitting through 25 minutes of previews. Then it's going to be a movie that I'm probably not going to like. No offense, because these superhero movies, I always get all jacked up about. Because I just fall into the herd like the rest of you assholes. Okay, I got to go see this Deadpool, which I don't even think I've seen the first 2. No offense, I like Ryan Reynolds as a Mint Mobile guy because I have Mint Mobile, but I don't think I really like him as an actor that I feel I should pay money to go see. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm more entertaining than Ryan Reynolds. I just don't find him to be provoking. This Hugh Jackman, I liked him when he played Gary Hart in that political movie. I guess the reality, folks, is I'm very hit or miss with these superhero movies. Probably more miss than hit. I just don't really enjoy them because they're always supposed to be a bigger fucking deal than they are. And people just get all worked up about them, and then everyone gets all disappointed, and then everyone goes to Twitter fuck or X fuck and cries about it. And I'm just removing myself from that deplorable situation, okay? At least for tonight. I'm sure I'll see it this fucking weekend like the rest of the marks of the world. And I'm sure I'll give half a shit about it. And I'm sure I'll do some fucking review about it. But I'm just telling you, I just don't have it in me tonight to go see another fucking superhero movie that I'm supposed to see. I'm a bit cranky. I'm a bit tired. I've been doing this thing where, I'm figuring out things that I have to do. But every time I figure out something that, not have to do, that I want to do, but it just spirals me into another chain of events. Okay, I want to do this with this audio book, but I better fucking, reread my book to see, and oh, here's a mistake, and now I have to fix the files. It's I just want to do stuff, but every time I want to do stuff, there's 5 other fucking things that come along with it. And then I just get frustrated and I just go to the fucking movies to escape my plight. It's just hard. You know what I mean? Because you have these things that you want to do with yourself, but in order for this to be done correctly, well, then you have to go back and fix this other thing. And you're I didn't sign up for that. So it's just frustrating. We get this whole thing with these politicians and all this horse shit, people shooting people, presidents, nominations, vice presidents, debates, all these things. It's just a bit overwhelming right now. That's it. So anyway, Mike's Instant Movie Review. This one, The Fabulous Four. I did like again, with the fucking cats. You know me, I enjoy cats. Like the animal, cats. But there's 3 movies in the last week where cats. The one movie had a fucking cat. The Quiet Place Day One. What was the next movie that had the black cat? The Fly Me to the Fuck movie, the Fly Me to the Moon. And now this has got the Ernest Hemingway Park has all these fucking 6-pawed cats, these 6-toed cats. No offense, cats, but I think your day has come. MikeMessier.com, Mike's Instant Movie Review. Should you see this? Should you not? Probably not. It's just not that good.